반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
The director Nan had known Choi Myung-ji for years. She had first met her 20 years ago when Choi Myung-ji visited the orphanage where Eugene had once stayed. At the time, Choi Myung-ji had shown an interest in adopting a child, specifically one who hadn't yet earned elementary school. When she saw Eugene's photo, she asked if the child was already set to be adopted, particularly since the adoptive parents were heading to the United States. The director Nan had told her that Eugene was already promised to another family, but Choi Myung-ji left the orphanage, insisting she was only interested in Eugene. She even requested to be contacted if Eugene were ever returned or abandoned. The director thought nothing more of it until years later, when Choi Myung-ji reappeared at Eugene's funeral, which seemed like a strange coincidence at the time. But as Yoon Sung-ho continued his investigation into Eugene's death, he uncovered that Choi Myung-ji was far more involved than anyone realized. The shocking truth was that Choi Myung-ji was Eugene's aunt, a fact that had been hidden for so long. Yoon Sung-ho had uncovered this after the director Nan, who had moved to Canada, returned to Korea. She revealed how Eugene had been searching for her biological mother shortly before her death, having met a woman in her 50s who seemed to know about her mother. It was a key detail that pointed toward Choi Myung-ji. Choi Myung-ji's connection to Eugene was clear. She had been part of the search for Eugene even after all these years. The investigation revealed that Choi Myung-ji had tracked Eugene's movements, even observing from afar as Eugene searched for her past. It was becoming clear that Choi Myung-ji had been involved in Eugene's death, possibly even orchestrating it. Shockingly, the woman who had pretended to care for Eugene was the very person who had killed her. The betrayal cut deep, and the realization that a family member was responsible for such an act left Yoon Sung-ho reeling with guilt. He could hardly believe that the person he thought might have been a distant relative was the one responsible for his daughter's death. However, despite the crucial testimony from the director Nan, there was still no concrete evidence linking Choi Myung-ji to the crime. Yoon Sung-ho, feeling the weight of the truth but realizing the difficulty of legally prosecuting Choi Myung-ji without solid proof, faced an agonizing dilemma. He also understood the emotional toll that revealing such a truth would have on Shin Yeojin. The news would be devastating, and Yoon Sung-ho feared that Shin Yeojin, once learning the truth, would bury it instead of helping bring Choi Myung-ji to justice. Meanwhile, Go-hana, who had been seeking revenge for her own lost family, found herself entangled in this investigation. Her mission had shifted from targeting her adoptive parents to uncovering the truth about Eugene's death. As she delved deeper into the case, she stumbled upon a shocking realization. Looking at childhood photos of Yoon Se-young, she began to piece together strange memories that link her past to Eugene's. Something about the photo triggered memories of two girls playing near a harbor, and the more she reflected, the clearer it became that there was a hidden connection between Yoon Se-young and Eugene's death. Yoon Sung-ho, noticing Go-hana's reaction to the photo, realized that she had discovered an important clue. The situation was becoming increasingly complicated, and Go-hana, now tasked with both seeking revenge on Shin Yeojin and finding the true culprit behind Eugene's death, knew she had to dig even deeper into the misery.
'Cause you are beautiful, a beautiful stranger.